Hello everyone, this is the ATM that we're going to be creating in this series. If you enter the incorrect password, it shows you that down here. If you enter the correct password, it lets you into the main menu. Here you could either withdraw, deposit, view the balance, or go back to the start page. Let's view the balance. By default, we have $1,000. Let's make a withdraw. Let's go with 40 and let's view the balance. So we're down to 960. Let's make another withdraw. But this time, let's go with other amount. Let's enter 500 and let's view the balance again. And now we have 460. Now let's make a deposit. I'm gonna enter 1000. View the balance again. And now I have 1460. If I click exit, it takes me back to the start page. And that's how the ATM works. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to part 1 of the ATM series. In this video, we're going to get started with our ATM. The first thing I want you to do is create a Python project, name it ATM. Then I want you to go over to this website, semicolonworld.com. I left the link in the description. And we're going to copy and paste this code here. So just go ahead and grab all of this, all the way down to main loop here. This code is going to be really useful for us because it's going to let us switch between pages. So here they have the start page, but you can go to page 1 from here. And once you're here, you can go back to the start page, and you can also go to page 2 from here. And then once you're here, you can go back to the start page. So this is going to be really useful for us because for our ATM, we have the start page, which is where the user enters their password. And if they enter the password correctly, we're going to allow them into the menu page, which is going to let them choose between withdraw, deposit, balance, and exit. So depending on what they choose, for example, if they choose withdraw, then we're going to take them to another page that is going to let them withdraw money. And then from that page, we're going to either send them back to the start page or back to the main menu page. So let's Control C to copy this. And then we're going to Control V to paste it in our ATM Python file. And before I run this, I'm going to change the color of each page. Okay, let's run this. So this is the start page. Let's go to page 1. Let's go back to the start page. Let's go to page 2. And let's go back to the start page. So that's how it works. Very, very simple. Now let me go over the code a little bit. Here at the top, we have these 2 lines that are for people that have Python 3. These are for people that have Python 2. So if you have Python 2, then you don't need the top 2. If you have Python 3, then you don't need the bottom 2. Here they imported font as TK font, and they basically just use this to declare a font so they can use across all pages. So here's the start page, and they used it here in this label. This is the start page. So instead of having to declare a new font each page, they just use that title font that they created at the top, and they're able to use it across all the pages. So that's the start page. This is page 1. Here they use it again. And here in page 2, they use it again. This class sample app is the one responsible for placing a frame on the screen. So here they create a frame, they call it container, and then they create a method show frame that adds another frame on top of that container frame. To do that, they call the function, and then they add the name of the page that they want to be the one to display. In this case, we have the start page. That's why that page is the one that displays when we first run this project, but we can change it. So now when we run this again, page 1 is going to be the one that displays. Let's change this back to start page. So the start page, page 1 and page 2 are all in their own class. This is the start page. So each class has its own code independent from the other classes. In this one, they created a label. It displays this is the start page, and they created 2 buttons. One is to take you to page 1, and one is to take you to page 2. And once again, they use the show frame function that they created up in the sample app class, and it takes you to page 1, and then this one takes you to page 2. So page 1 has its code as well, and so does page 2. And finally down here, they created an instance of the sample app. Okay, now we can start deleting stuff from these classes since it's not going to be useful for our ATM. So let's delete all the way up to label from page 2, and let's also delete the color that I added. Let's do the same thing for page 1. And let's go up to the start page and do the same for this as well. So if I run this now, none of the pages have any code in them. Let's expand this. So there's nothing in here. The first thing that we're going to do is make sure that when we run this project, it expands to its full size, just like this. And we're also going to add an icon and change the title. So we're going to get started here in the start page. Let's change the title. For this, we're going to use a method of TKinter title, and I'm going to call mine secure text. You can call it whatever you want. All right, now let's make sure that when we run this project, the window expands to its full size. For this, we're going to use a method named state, and in this parameter, we're going to include zoomed. Let's also change the icon. For this, we're going to use a method icon photo, and we actually need to go get an image to place as that icon. So I want you to go to flaticon.com, and I want you to search for an ATM. Go ahead and select one you like. I'm going to go with this one. Get it in 64 pixels. Let's go grab that file. It should be in the downloads folder. And go ahead and save it wherever you saved your ATM file in. Let's grab the path to it. We're going to need it. So just click up here, Control C, and that's the path to that file. Let's go back to our project. And here you're going to type in false, TK photo image, and here you're going to paste that path. Change the backslash to /. Python doesn't recognize the backslash for whatever reason. Also include the name of the file and what kind of file it is. Mine's a PNG. All right, let's run this. And there's the icon, title change, and the window expanded to its full size. Now we're going to add our header here. It's going to say secure text ATM. Let's call it heading label 1. We're going to use the label class for this. We want this located in self. And we want it to display secure text ATM. Let's give it a font. I want mine in Orbitron style. I want it size 45 and I want it to be bold. You're not going to have Orbitron. If you want it, go over to your browser, search for Orbitron font, scroll down, go to 1001freefonts.com, click on the link, and go ahead and download it. To install it in your machine, go down here, type in font settings, and go ahead and drag and drop that file you just downloaded in here, and it should install it in your machine. And if for whatever reason you can't download it, you can go ahead and go with any of the built-in fonts that your machine has, like Times New Roman, Arial, or any of the other ones. Let's give this text some color. Let's make it white. And let's also add some color to this label. For this, I want you to go over to your browser again, and I want you to go to this website, w3schools.com, select color picker, and select the color that you like. going to go with this blue here, and I'm going to go with 30%. Just copy the hexadecimal number, and you can paste it in here. You could either type in the name that you want, like we did here, or you could use the hexadecimal number. Either one works. Let's pack this. And let's run this. All right, there's the title. Now, I don't want it so close to the title bar, so I'm going to give it some space here. To do this, I'm going to add a patty of 25. This is going to create separation in the y-axis, so it's going to separate that label from the top, and it's also going to give it separation in the bottom, though you won't be able to see it because we don't have anything else in the project yet. All right, there's a separation. Now let's also give this window some color. For this, we're going to go up to this frame. This is the frame that's holding everything that we're adding to this page. And let's give it some color. We could use BG or we could use background. Either one works. Let's go with the same color. So I'm just going to copy and paste this in here. Before we run this, let's go back to the top. And I want to get rid of this TK font because we're not going to need it. Let's also get rid of these comments and this font that they created. Okay, let's run this. And there's the background color. That's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll see you guys in part 2.